Hey guys, so I decided to tune in with you guys today and make a video with a special guest, Miss Zoe. Say cheese. This video is probably gonna be all over the place because it was really impromptu, but I was like, I have not posted on my channel in a while, so I'm gonna make like an impromptu, not like all proper and scripted video post. Sorry if I'm out of breath. Pregnancy life. About my second trimester, because I'm like 34 weeks and I was like, I'm almost about to give birth. Zoe, are you gonna be my camera lady? Are you gonna okay, she said no. We're gonna tell them about the baby. Say baby. He say baby? Okay, she doesn't want to say it. So I just wanted to share a few things with you guys. So if you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I'll be doing another home birth. Zoe started out being a home birth. I made it till 9 centimeters and unfortunately I have to go to the hospital. So I might make a separate video on my experience with that, like the ups and downs and all that craziness. But sorry if I'm looking at the wrong angle. I'm just gonna make this video. But one thing I want to say with this pregnancy is there has been two differences. So when I first started out with Zoe, we were going to a hospital because I knew I wanted to have her naturally, but I was just going to have her in a hospital. And so we had hired, baby, you can't do that, sweetie. We had hired a doula, and our doulas were actually certified like midwives, like they delivered babies. And my husband and I had went to a natural birth class, and it made us realize that why don't we just have the baby at home? So we ended up switching over to our doulas now, and we made them our midwives. So it was a pretty cool transition. But before that, I just remember going to the doctors and not really feeling like at peace. I'm not saying going to the doctors is like a bad thing, but my appointments with a midwife are so different than with an OBGYN or a midwife that works in a hospital like a CNM, I believe. My midwife is a CPM. So it's not a certified nurse, it's a certified professional midwife. I prefer CPMs, not that Lord, this video is gonna be a hot mess. And don't mind the background because it's laundry day and I don't feel like folding it. Okay, you have to sit down, Zoe. Sit down. Okay? You gonna sit so mommy can talk? Which is like impossible. So we decided to go with a CPM after interviewing a few with this second child. And our midwives in Alaska were CPMs for Zoe. And so my appointments are just so much like involved. Like she asked me about like bowel movements, what I'm eating, how I'm feeling after I eat, giving me books and tips and tricks on what I can do to nourish my body a lot better. And when I was going to the military hospital and I was seeing the military midwives or the OBGYN, I got none of that. Like they would just do the Doppler, the ultrasound, and then they would just simply be like, okay, the baby's heartbeat is fine. You're measuring well, measure my stomach, and then like send me on my merry way and make my next appointment. Like I literally would be at my appointment for 15 or 20 minutes. This time I'm at my appointment sometimes for an hour. And for me, I really feel like we're paying out of pocket. I really feel like I'm getting every dollar worth. You know what I mean? Like I really enjoy the quality of care that I'm getting is so different from going to a hospital. And I'm not saying hospital doctors don't do that. Some do. And I think if you can find one, stick with them and tell people about them, or that doctor or nurse or whoever, because it's important. Then it's nice because I'm not seeing different doctors. Like when I was pregnant with Zoe and we were getting our care through the military hospital, I was seeing different midwives and I wasn't guaranteed the same midwife when she was born. And granted, some people don't care about stuff like that, but for me, it's nice to just continue where we left off, with someone that we're comfortable with. So that was just, I don't know, my experience with having a midwife throughout my whole entire pregnancy. The second pregnancy it's just not stressful. I opted out any ultrasounds, although my midwife, she runs her office out of her home, so we would have had to travel to get an ultrasound. So I didn't want to expose this baby to any ultrasounds. I don't really feel the need to. I have confidence my baby is fine. Zoe did have a few, but after a while, when they kept trying to give them to me, I kind of just stopped. And then I had got with midwives later on, so I didn't really have to worry about them exposing the baby to any extra ultrasounds. So, or Zoe. Oh, God, I don't even know if I'm gonna post this video. And so, it's been really a great journey. So for my second trimester, I entered it in mid-October, and I was actually traveling to go see my best friend in LA. Do you remember that? No? Yes, you do. And around that time, if you watched my first trimester video, you know I was having a hard time really eating healthy. But once I got my second trimester and I got to LA, and it was so easy because like healthy food is like readily available. Like she had a place down the street. It was, I forgot the name of it, but you could literally go there and get like kale Caesar salads and spaghetti squash with like turkey meatballs, and just like healthy fresh farm foods on the go. And it was like reasonably priced because she was in South LA, so I'm assuming they base it off of like the income of a lot of people around her, and a lot of people were either low income or college students in her area. So it was like reasonably priced, and it was so easy for me to feed my daughter and feed myself on the go. And then like where I live, like if you drive down the street, one day I'm gonna show you, it's just all fast food. Like, and I wasn't in the mood to cook. So I felt like in my first trimester, I probably would have ate healthier if I had like prepared food, but I didn't. So in the second trimester, when I was in LA, I was eating good. I had like carrot juices and kale, and I was just like, I need to move to LA. Like, it's just so expensive. My husband was like, we're not moving there. But I had a really good transition into my second trimester by going to LA. And when I came back, again, like I have my days where I still want to eat like crazy foods or like processed foods. My pregnancy isn't perfect, but in my second trimester, it felt a lot better. Now, some things that kind of were like on the downside was I was getting a pain in my lower back. Now, I usually optimize like or utilize chiropractic and well, I never did acupuncture till this pregnancy. In my first trimester, I got acupuncture because I was really sick. So it did help relieve some of the nausea and uncomfortable experiences I was going through my first trimester. But in my second trimester, I haven't got any acupuncture. I might do it in this third towards the birth, depending on if the baby's like taking forever. But I'm not going to rush it too much. But in a natural way, I might do acupuncture. Anywho, but in my second trimester, I did chiropractic care because I was getting a lower pain. And what he was pretty much saying was it was common in pregnancy, especially with second pregnancy, because my body's like a lot more stretched. And it's just like, whoa, you had a baby like less than 2 years ago. Like, you know, like there's a lot going on. So I was getting adjusted, and I liked the flexibility, and I liked his background in traditional Chinese medicine. So he really taught me a lot about how my lymphatic system needs to be fleshed out because I'm not as active as I normally am when I'm not pregnant. Now, there are active pregnancy women. I wanted to be that person, but the most I do with this pregnancy is walk. Like Zoe and I go on walks about 2 or 3 times a week. I've been to the pool a few times because she's in a swimming class, so that helps too. I think we have a diaper, a smelly diaper.
Yeah.
What did you just do? What? And so, my child. So I've been doing chiropractic care during my second trimester and a little bit into my third, but I'll make another video about my third. So that's really been like a major problem because the pain got so bad on my right side that sometimes if I was trying to cook or walk, I would limp because the pain was just really bad. So after a few adjustments, he gave me a very flexible schedule. He told me to come when I felt like it, which was nice. I didn't feel like he was trying to like take my money. How did you pull that out the outlet? Both of them? Look, yeah. She pulled the safety things that we use to keep her out of the outlet. And you got boogies hanging out your nose. People gonna think I don't wash your face. Let me get them. And so it was a really great experience working with a chiropractor who has a background in traditional Chinese medicine. Yeah, and that was pretty much my second trimester. Again, my energy levels, I had great pregnancy days where like I feel like I could conquer a lot. And then I have a lot of days where I just felt physically drained. One thing that I've been doing with my diet was like smoothies, especially on the days where I felt like I wasn't eating very well. I would really utilize just eating smoothies, not eating, drinking smoothies, and I would make a whole bunch. If you follow me on Instagram, or I was on Snapchat, but I got off because everybody's on Instagram and Insta Story. I share a lot of my smoothie recipes. They're nothing like out of the ordinary. I just find like books with smoothie recipes that are intriguing, and I make them. Don't we make them? And they're yummy, right? I really gotta get that booger. Yeah. And so it's been a journey. It's definitely different than my pregnancy with her, which was smooth sailing. I will say one thing also, besides the pain in my lower back, is acid reflux. It is horrible, and I'm trying digestive enzymes as well as papaya enzymes. Sometimes I take shots of apple cider vinegar. My midwife told me to try that. Nothing is working, but I don't want to take medicine. I don't take medicines when I'm pregnant. It's just a personal preference. Now, of course, if I was like laid up in a hospital and I had to, I would. But like as for headaches or like any discomfort, I just try to naturally treat it. It's just, you just hear too many stories about like, oh, if you took this while you're pregnant in 1963, your child's at risk for this and that. And I read an article even about like Tylenol. And I'm not judging anyone who takes Tylenol while they're pregnant, because I think I did it like once or twice when I was pregnant with Zoe, but it didn't work, so I stopped. But okay. But they were saying that later on it could cause there's 31% of children who were, if they were exposed to Tylenol while in the womb, depending on how much the mother took, it puts them at risk for ADHD. And then I've heard recalls and stuff back about like the acid reflux medicine. So I'm not surprised by it, but I'd rather just play it safe than be sorry. Because stuff like that worries me. Baby. You got a booger. Can I get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's pretty much my second trimester. I didn't want to make this video long. Sorry for like the shaking, stuff being put in my mouth, boogers. This is just real life, and I'm kind of glad I'm showing you guys this, because my life is not glamorous. It took like this took like 2 minutes, and I did it in the car because I keep my makeup in my diaper bag, because I know I'm not gonna be able to do my makeup when I'm at home, and I had to go get blood work today. That's another thing. My iron levels have been doing well, but I've really been keeping up on them, because in my third trimester with Zoe, I really upped my iron through like food, red meats, or like vegetable-based foods, and supplement. And I didn't have any issues with anemia or anything. So after I had her, I didn't have like a lot of bleeding. They said my iron levels were actually really good after my pregnancy. And they usually give women iron after they delivered a baby, but I didn't have to, but I did take it, because I mean, I just had a baby, why not? So after this baby, I'm going to share some things with you guys, what I'll be doing with my placenta, because with Zoe, I encapsulated my placenta, but this baby, I'm thinking about doing it. But I'm thinking about doing placenta smoothies. And I know some people think that's gross, but if you really look at ancient tradition, and there's a book I have called The Missing Chakra and it's called The Placenta, and it talks about how sacred the placenta is and how healing it is and how all the nutrients and stuff in it. And it's a beautiful book. It's beautifully written. I'm not done reading it. Yeah, I have a diaper to change, so I'm gonna hurry up. Whew. But the placenta is a magical organ. Don't get it twisted. And yeah, if you look into it, the medicinal benefits, even though there's not hardcore science on it, I think placenta encapsulations or smoothies are a great way to go. So I'm gonna end this video, and I'm sorry I haven't been posting. I just got done with school. Also, I'm finishing grad school, and it's been a pain in the butt. But I'll have more videos. They might have to be like this because right now my daughter's nap, I don't know if I want to eat that. What is that? My daughter's nap schedule is really throwing off since we've hit daylight savings time. All right, see you guys later. Say bye-bye. Yeah. Let's change that diaper. Okay, bye.